April 2006. Two musicians step inside a pyramid of light at Coachella. It features more than 1,600 custom-mapped LED blocks. The crowd cheers for the lights as much as the music. The image of this stage becomes iconic, but the image maker, designer Martin Phillips, remains mostly unknown to the public. This is the standard American model for live visuals. Artists incorporate as anonymous corporate studios, like Raw Serial or Sturdy. They rely on standardized enterprise software like Resolume or Touch Designer, billing themselves as support vendors rather than headlining authors. The economic trade-off here is clear. As a vendor, you access immense financial capital and command stadium-level invoices. But the record shows that your credit is strictly confined to industry trade press. The fame goes to the artist on the ticket. Japan runs a different system. Visual collectives like Rhizomotics share equal public billing with the musicians they collaborate with. When they scan choreography and phase performers between real and virtual forms on stage, they are recognized as institutional co-authors. Choosing between operating as a faceless studio brand or under your real name dictates which economic currency you will be paid in. The modern temptation is to use your real name to capture the momentum of a viral moment. Take early 2024, when a violently distorted 3D animation, nicknamed Scary Shrek by fans, escapes the EDM bubble and floods social media. This is viral capital operating at a massive global scale. The clip pulls mainstream attention toward a highly technical visual craft. Even Kanye West reposts the visuals to his own Instagram, but the attention stays pinned to the artist. The name of the studio that actually made the animation trails far behind the clip. Look at this pipeline mapping the flow of viral attention. In a traditional US vendor setup, the flow of attention reaches credit, but the pipe physically breaks before converting that credit into compounding financial value for the visualist. The mechanics are strict. Financial conversion happens for the musician, whose name is on the poster. For the visual vendor, converting viral hype into a higher day rate is optional and often unrecorded. If you want to build a career under your real name, you have to look beyond the American pop arena circuit and study how alternative global economies function. This quadrant chart evaluates your career options by mapping billing choices against your operational focus. In the top right, combining a real name with a cultural focus, sits the Japanese institutional co-author model. There is a technical barrier here. Instead of renting commercial software, artists in this tier frequently write their own engines in C++ to fuse their data directly with the live choreography. The payoff for that integration is recognition. This work wins top interactive prizes at Cannes Lions and Good Design Awards. Those awards print the visual director's name, not just the musician's. Once your name is printed at that level, it attracts institutional capital. By 2025, Rhizomotics was tapped to build a national pavilion at the Osaka Expo, money that strictly commercial vendors rarely see. The Japanese model proves that you can attract funding under your own name by pivoting a commercial vendor to a recognized co-author. In the European framework, creators focus on building custom artistic worlds rather than chasing stadium contracts. The trade-off is absolute. You forfeit the mass financial capitalization of the pop arena circuit to guarantee total creative license over your output. Instead of dollars, you collect autonomy. You earn deep, localized respect within the subculture, allowing you to design the work you intend without interference. That autonomy scales into civic projects. In 2014, Lichtbrenze retraced the Berlin Wall with a border of light. Notice the economic flip. Without a ticket to sell, the image becomes the headline, and because of that, its maker becomes the headline too. Building a real-name career in the European model means deciding that artistic integrity and autonomy are worth more to you than a corporate acquisition. Finally, there are the cultural punks and solo innovators. These artists rely on legacy respect and direct-to-fan connections. They routinely bypass standard touring software to build bespoke technical spectacles. At Coachella 2012, a 19th-century stage illusion put a projection of Tupac before a live crowd, illustrating how far a stage illusion could scale. Below the corporate line, the financial reality is grounded. These creators are paid in legacy bookings and creative freedom rather than scalable vendor invoices. They achieve fame under their real names, but converting that fame into steady financial capital remains optional and often unrecorded. You must decide what your primary goal is before choosing whose name goes on the marquee. This decision tree outlines your choices. The path splits. If your goal is scalable wealth on top 40 tours, The optimal vehicle is a faceless studio brand. If your goal is artistic recognition under your own name, you must navigate toward grants and institutional co-authorship. Talent is evenly distributed, but the system rewards different billing types in very different currencies. The membrane between the basement where the craft lives and the stadium where the money lives is permeable, but permeable does not mean fair. Avoid the real name path if you are looking for rapid business scaling or corporate acquisition. Choose the real name path if you trade stadium money for artistic autonomy and institutional funding. The popularity contest is built around whichever name is on the ticket, but mixing light event sound in a dark room is worth doing for the love of the medium alone, immune to money and media. The choice is yours. Just make sure you choose your currency carefully before choosing your name.